Welcome everyone to this month's Astrocolorscope. My name's Elizabeth Harper. My website is sealedwithlove.com. Okay, so the idea of the Astrocolorscope is, in a moment, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the astrology, the aspects that are coming up for the month of June 2015. Then I'm going to select 3 crystals from my crystal bag here for each sign. And I'm going to throw those crystals into a circle of the 12 houses and then read the color of the crystal, the qualities of the crystal, and how that reflects on the house that they've landed in and what that means for you. I'll also be using my intuition to see what else comes up. And I'll be picking a bead from the bead bag right here for an additional influence from the color and anything else that comes up from that. And I like to do things in 3s. So we have a tarot card as well. This is the Voyager deck. So I'll pick a card for you. And what you can do then is take a look at the card and see what you are most attracted to in that card. And whatever you're attracted to, then you can ask yourself, what does that mean? So you get an additional message, but it's personal for you. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology that's coming up, the aspects that are coming up. So we've got a Sagittarius full moon on the 2nd of June, and you know, with Sagittarius, it's the 9th house sign, and it's very much about, it's a fiery sign. It's very much about adventure and taking off into this world that is unknown. So with that full moon, when you get a full moon, it's almost like you're coming to a fulfilled place. So you're asking yourself, am I fulfilled in the department of adventure? Am I fulfilled in that place of philosophy, of education, of higher education, of learning, of travel? Do I feel fulfilled when I'm looking at a broader perspective of my life? So that's what comes up with that particular moon. And then there's a new moon that comes in on the 16th, which is Gemini. And with the Gemini energy, it's ruled by Mercury. Mercury is going direct finally on the 11th of this month. So communication comes into balance, and technical things, electrical stuff, it all starts working a little bit better. But then when we get to that new moon, there's also the emphasis on communication. There's an emphasis on education. There's more of a focus on wanting to learn, on wanting to maybe to expand your horizons as well. So it's interesting that Mercury going direct and then the new moon going into Gemini all comes in the same month. So there's almost a sense of much clearer communication, more clarity as well. There's also Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces, which is its natural sign, and that's on the 12th of June. And with that, we become more sensitive. You know, Neptune is a planet of imagination. It's a planet of psychic sensitivity. It's also a planet of addictions, because we tend to want to drown what we are seeing in the outside world and go into a place of fantasy. And so with addiction, it can help us to go inside of ourselves more. But with that retrograde energy, it makes you more sensitive. So it's almost take care at this time if you have this tendency to want to escape things, because with that Neptune retrograde, it's coming on the 12th of the month, and it's going to continue for a while. So just take care, protect yourself. Be aware that if you suddenly start trying to do something that is to avoid your life, that it could just be that particular aspect that's affecting you, and see if you can stay grounded and more in this present moment. Don't look too much into the future. We have Saturn that enters Scorpio on the 14th, and that's also going retrograde as well. Many retrograde planets at the moment. And you know, Scorpio is it's a sign of the underworld, and it's ruled by Pluto, which is also that underworld kind of energy. So there is a sense with Saturn going retrograde in this particular sign. Saturn is a planet of grounding and making you see things. So there is a sense with this that you're going to revisit unresolved issues, challenges, anything that you've pushed down into your emotions, anything you've pushed down under the surface. So with that energy, it's around the 14th of the month. You find that maybe you might be more emotional than you've been in the past, but it may not be about what is going on around you right now. It may be that something else is coming to the surface to be resolved, to be healed. Then we have, of course, this month the summer solstice on the, at least in the northern hemisphere, we have the summer solstice on the 21st, and at that time the sun enters Cancer, which to me is such a, there is a sensitive energy to this, but there's also a feeling of brightness that comes with it as well. I feel like it's adventure time when it goes into Cancer. Well, on the 22nd, we have Jupiter and Uranus are making a trine. And Jupiter is in Leo and Uranus is in Aries, both fire signs. So with this, there's almost a sense of the road less traveled. There's a sense of excitement. There's a sense of adventure. So around that time, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, you might find yourself suddenly wanting to take a trip, or suddenly wanting to go into the kind of relationship that you've never been in before, or maybe going for a job that you didn't think you were capable of getting, or didn't think that you had the qualifications to apply for the job. There is a sense of luck that comes with that particular aspect, and it's been coming through already. Earlier in the year we had the same aspect. Now we're getting another chance at it, so that can come up as well. It may be that you're getting a second chance at something, maybe a relationship or a job or something else that means that your whole world opens up as a consequence. All right then, just as my cat came in to say hello. So now let's move on and see what's coming up for your sign. Okay, Sagittarius. So for you have this hematite, piece of hematite that went into your 4th house. So just look at that hematite. It's a little mirror, isn't it? And it's kind of silvery colored. And hematite, of course, heme, it's the word for blood. So, and it went into your 4th house, which is about home and parents and children, etc. So I would say that this is a month of you connecting with family. That family is going to be very important, that your nearest and dearest are going to be very important, your friends are going to be very important. And also there's almost a sense with this of not creating boundaries around your home, but creating something which is like a little safety net around your home. So it could be that you're changing something, maybe putting up a fence or creating something around your home where you feel more protected. Because often hematite is a stone that comes up with protection. This went into the place where your home is. So with the hematite as well, there is this sense of it being, it's a little bit heavy. It's a very heavy stone. And it could almost be that there's something around your home environment that is also heavy. It could be that, you've got a big mortgage or a big, you pay a lot of rent or tax or, something around that heaviness that's there. But it could also be that you've got too much stuff in there and you need to tidy up. Something around that kind of, that feeling to it. There's a heaviness that's there. So however you want to translate that. It could also be about your own physical body. That you know, you could have been feeling like you're too heavy right now. So whatever it is, I feel as if you are going to come to some kind of conclusion of how to change that, how to shift that energy. And you know, because it's hematite, the blood, it's about cleansing your system. And so whatever this is, you're going to be cleansing your system, cleansing your environment, cleansing your life. So the next stone that came up is emerald. This went into your 5th house. So your 5th house is about, it's about creativity, it's about having fun, it's also about, you know, your leadership abilities. Emerald is a relationship and love stone. So this is, to me, this is saying that there's love coming into your life. But it's a little bit mottled, this particular emerald. So it has green, has a little bit of black. So there's almost a sense with this that, again, you are letting go of something in order for this love to come into your life. So I'm thinking of this as another person, but it could be that love is coming into your life for yourself and not necessarily external love coming in. I also feel with this that something that you are creating, something that you're making, something that you are part of, maybe in a community, is going to either bring in some extra money, or you're going to look at it as a potential, an opportunity to make some extra cash, or to maybe cash in on. So hopefully that makes sense. So it's almost like you're expanding on something that is a passion right now. When I'm looking at this stone, I'm also getting the sense of your health again. So there is a feeling of something isn't working with your health. Something, you know, it's not going to be the same for everybody, and it's a general kind of thing. Everybody has health stuff going on. But I feel with this, with the green particularly, that something has been stuck around your health, and it's almost like there's a need to get it moving, and that's coming in with the hematite as well. So 4th, 5th house, it's like your blood needs to get moving. So it may be that you just need to be on a cleansing diet, or a juicing fast, that kind of thing, to get something moving in your body. That's it. So then the final stone that came up is this heart-shaped red jasper. And this went into your 9th house. So we've got here red and green. So when you get these red and green energies together, they're opposite each other on the color wheel. So this is saying there's some grief that's coming up, or there's challenges that are coming up for you this month. But with the heart, there's almost a sense of you finding a higher power, especially in the 9th house. You're going to find a higher power. You're going to find meaning. You're going to find faith. You're going to find purpose. And this is going to bring healing into your life. But I also feel that it's going to help with that stagnant energy as well. It's going to start to help energy flow. So I'm talking a lot about energy. The jasper keeps you grounded. So even though I'm talking about energy and thinking of this, you know, going off into a spiritual realm, let's say, this will keep you grounded, so it's in the here and now. So with this, again, it's like you are finding something which is valuable, which is going to be worthwhile for you, and it's going to feel like it's going to get your heart racing. So it could be relationship. I feel it's more though. I feel it's more about a philosophy or a spiritual energy that's there. So then the bead that came up for you is this lovely magenta fuchsia color. And magenta is often about rebuilding. But I feel that with this, that it's about nurturing and loving yourself. and about nurturing and loving others. So, you know, with all these kind of things that are coming up for you, I feel like there's going to be a new passion that's coming into your life. And that passion is going to awaken a love, a nurturing, a need to be needed. Ooh, lovely. So then the card that came up for you is fabulous. It's called Reward. So take a look at that card and see what most attracts you. Then ask yourself, what does that mean? What does that mean? So then when I look at this card, I see the ice cream in the middle. Yeah, I'm totally drawn to that ice cream, but it's actually the cherry on top. So, you know, I feel how we often think about that. It's like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, etc. So something good is coming into your life, and it's just going to top everything off for you. There is a strong sense here of you moving through, you know, some difficulty and coming into this place where you're finding yourself, you're finding your passion, you're finding meaning to your life. And I feel that that is a part of that cherry on top. And the rewards that are coming as a consequence of that are going to be great. And it's really going to feel like you are more abundant than you've been for a long time. Okay, that's it for this month's Astrocolorscope. Hope you enjoyed it. Do please share it with your friends. Like and subscribe to my channel. And if the message has resonated, please leave me a comment below. Remember that you can subscribe to my love letter and grab your free color kit at bit.ly/color kit. And also remember that I offer different guidance sessions from my website sealedwithlove.com, and I make crystal jewelry, and I also have crystals available in my store store.sealedwithlove.com. I will see you next week with the Crystal Colorscope. Lots of coloricious blessings to you. Bye.